everyone. Today I'm working on Ivy. She is an Arab Pinto and she's 21 years old. And I've worked on her a couple times before. And so today I'm just going to get some video. I have put some deep blue lotion on, which has a lot of really good quality essential oils to just help the muscles release and warm up before I start. And so she's a very sensitive mare, and she has the most issues, I would say, in her neck, in that multifidus cervicus, the rectus capitis muscle, and the brachiocephalicus muscle. So of course I will talk a little bit more about that when I point it out. But we also have issues in her hind end, so we'll be working on both sides, both places. That's a good girl. And she also likes to snort and tell me like, oh, I like that spot or I don't. So you'll definitely hear lots of communication going on. And she's already starting to release, and I love to see that. So we're gonna start up here behind her ear, right at the top of her atlas, but also right behind the ear muscles. These muscles can get a little tight, and then we have issues down the neck. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. And then we're gonna go on the front side of her ear, feel around. This kind of pressure is very light. And so I'm just sort of just treating her what she can handle. Ay, 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 ay. Good girl. So I want her to feel safe and comfortable. Good girl, where she can trust me. She's a sensitive horse, and she can be a little stressed out sometimes. And so we're just building that trust every time I help her. I last worked on her about 6 weeks ago. So I'm just feeling it out. Oh, it's a good girl. Okay, now I'm going to go to that C1, which is your atlas bone, or the beginning of the cervical spine. And I'm going to come up, and about an inch or two, depending on the horse, you're going to find a junction where the beginning and ending of some muscles are, mainly the beginning though, and the muscles of the neck. And so when you press on that, it's called the Golgi nerve apparatus, and it's a junction. And so when you press on that, you can release some of the neuropeptides into the system. And I call the neuropeptides happy hormones, because they're so much more about relaxing the horse and relaxing the muscles. So I love doing this, and she is accepting it. She's not telling me like, oh, I love this, but she is accepting it, and that's really good for her. Her neck definitely has a decent amount of tensional patterns, and so we just want to release that, and sometimes it doesn't look like what I want, right? So it takes time. Hiya. Nice, so good. So good. Licking and chewing is really good for her. And I'm going to go down this neck muscle, which is that splenius muscle. And it's a little tight. Good. But already I've built some of that relationship with her, and she's a lot calmer than last time. You're such a good girl. So now I'm going to work on the top of her spine, the top of her cervical spine, which right here in that beginning, you know, that junction that we just worked on we have that rectus capitis that comes on top of the spine. And so there is some tension in here, so I'm just gonna play with it a little bit, see what we get. See if we can release some of that junk. And there we go. We have licking and chewing, and for her, that's really good. And just keep working on this spot. Give her space to heal. We also have some tight fascia, and so we have to release that fascia to also get to the bottom of that muscle as well. If the fascia is blocked at all, then we have tension that's just holding there, and we really want to release that tension. So the fascia is that honeycomb-like texture that covers all of the muscles. We have it as well. I actually had a lot of myofascial release yesterday in my massage, and I am doing so much better. It is a little painful, I've got to say, but so worth it. Good girl. And for her, I have to go very slowly for her to respect me and trust the spot. And there we go. So now we're in the pectoral area. That's okay. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. That's it. So slow but sure with the sensitive horses. If you go too fast, they get more stressed out. And massage is about bringing relaxation to the horse and to the muscle groups. I'm going to go into that. This is the brachiocephalicus muscle, okay? And I'm going to go underneath that brachiocephalicus or the cervical spine. And I'm going to see if we can release some of that tension there. That's the multifidus cervicus. Do you see how she's flinching and tight? And then we can relax. See if we can get a release. Good girl. Again, patience is the key. That's a good girl. Just gonna wait. Waiting for her to maybe blink her eye or licking and chewing. I mean, it would be awesome to see a yawn, but sometimes that's getting a little greedy. That's a good girl. That's it. Good girl. That's it. Yeah. Nice lowering of the head. She is snorting a little, but nothing compared to what it was when I first met her. Hi, Daddy. Such a good girl. I love that she's lowering her head. There we go. Right in here. I'm going to put some pressure there. And with my other hand, I'm tapping her on her shoulder on the other side. Just to tell her, like, I'm here, it's okay, we're good. We're not going to have any issues. Good. So a little bit fascia release. It can be uncomfortable sometimes, but so much better in the long run. That's it. And the fascia can be released with like a kind of cross fiber friction. It's like going back and forth on their muscle, side to side. I'm going to take a step back and just let her process. As a wrap-up, this is Mel Hitchcock with Mel's Equestrian Services. I love to help you and your horse succeed through equine massage, professional body clipping, and dressage training. You can find me on my website at melsequestrianservices.com, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Mel's Equestrian Services. I hope you take a look and have a wonderful day.